none of our technological advancements has to be harmful. None of our technological advancement has to be harmful to the environment, at least to the degree which most currently are. Yet because of the cost, that issue comes in, and we choose not to change our technology or to make it have less of an impact on God's creation. I think this is unfortunate. Most of the things we are unwilling to change on are not actually needs. In my opinion, if we weren't such a materialistic culture, it wouldn't really matter. So maybe if we weren't so interested in things, computers, video cameras, audio equipment, if we weren't interested in that sort of thing, maybe the whole issue of cost for preserving God's creation wouldn't really matter. On the other hand, adding a tax to pollution, if that even happens, it's not going to reduce pollution unless pollution hurts the company's bottom line. I have a feeling that taxing pollution won't really affect a company's bottom line. They'll just hike the cost up to make sure their profits stay the same. So it will affect consumers, but it won't really affect a company's bottom line. I also think that it's unacceptable for anyone who wishes to promote earth care, or for Christians, what we would call creation care. I think it's unacceptable for people to want to do that and yet live this celebrity wasteful lifestyle of pollution and consumerism. The sheer volume of limos and private planes used to transport participants to the Copenhagen Climate Summit makes one wonder why the climate conference couldn't be done via Skype. Just saying. Supposedly, this Copenhagen conference will produce the amount of pollution of a mid-sized town over that same period of time. But it's not a mid-sized town. So that's something to think about. It reminds me of a TV evangelist who gets caught in adultery and then claims, it's no big deal, it doesn't really affect what I was saying. It's sheer hypocrisy, plain and simple. And now, for something practical. Imagine that. Okay, this Christmas, I have for you 7 ways to go green over Christmas. Number 1, turn down the heat 1 to 2 degrees, and you'll really see a difference on your bill. And it will also lessen your energy requirements and therefore your pollution, that sort of thing. Another one which was suggested to me is that we cook human amounts of food, not horse amounts of food. Our life group at our church, New River Fellowship, we were talking about this week, and about how much food people really consume over the holidays and actually throw away as well. And we decided we wanted to try to make normal portions of only what we needed for these holidays, so that we don't, it's not healthy for us to consume all that, first of all. Second of all, it's not really showing God that we love or care for others or His creation. So we just don't need to do that. And then number 3 would be drive the speed limit. Imagine that while you're traveling, drive the speed limit. If you drive, say, 65 or less, and you're being conscious of that lead foot, it really will save you gasoline. It's hard for you to believe, I know, but I can tell you it does. It really does. You can follow a link on the blog for some hypermiling tips. I can usually get 35 miles per gallon on an average tank out of my 2001 Accord. Wow. Right? Hard to believe. That's normal. If I really push it and really try, 41 miles per gallon on a tank is achievable. And my really old really old car, which is only supposed to get 29 miles per gallon on the highway. So, paying attention to how you drive, that can really affect your energy output, your energy needs, and your pollution output over the Christmas break, Christmas holiday. The other thing is to, number 4, turn off those lights. Yes, a key for a going green this Christmas would be using less lighting. If you must put up lights, try not to be like the Griswalds. At least try LED lights, maybe. They'll save you money money on your electric bill. They may cost you a little bit more. Hopefully they'll last longer, though. The LED bulbs are supposed to last about 7 times. I think it's 7 times, maybe even 10 times as long as normal light bulbs. So as a bonus, put them on a timer of some sort so you don't forget to turn them off. Number 5, recycle that Christmas tree. The National Christmas Tree Association, I'm not making that up, there really is one. It says that real trees are better for the environment. Most cities have a recycling program for after you've used them too. There's a link on the site, otecology.com, and look there. If your city doesn't have a program, you can find a link to somewhere probably less than 20 miles that you can drag your tree over to and let them recycle for you. Number 6, cut the paper, right? For example, use recyclable wrapping paper. My uncle used to do this all the time. He didn't know he was being green. He thought he was just a last-minute shopper. He used newspaper, right? And we used to always get a kick out of my uncle's presents always being a newspaper. But it's recyclable. It's just going to get torn up anyway, right? But if the way things look really matter, and it might, then you might want to just look and see what kind of paper can be recycled and think about that. The other thing I'd say is use real dishes. Might be easier to clean up with plastic, styrofoam, whatever. Just throw it away and not think about it. But you're kind of making a mound of trash, right? When you have that huge trash bag set up out there that's filled up, maybe 2 of them filled up after the family dinner, maybe you should use some real dishes. And while you're at it, pull out some good napkins, right? Some of the the family heirloom napkins, or just some regular cloth napkins, and wash them instead of throwing away paper. Think about, this is number 7, think about where gifts come from or how they will impact the environment and whether or not they were made in an ethical way.